used to think that $1 million would be enough to live a luxurious life. The truth is far harsher. In a volatile world where accidents, illnesses, and financial crises can strike at any moment, $1 million buys you nothing more than worry. In the video 5 Steps to Becoming a Millionaire, a radically new financial strategy is revealed, where the goal is no longer to spend money, but to break free from it. This article dives deep into 5 core steps: setting a $10 million goal, saving 40% of income, living with intentional frugality, and investing in cash-flowing assets. This isn't a get-rich-quick formula. It's a financial mindset map that helps you escape the anxiety loop. Step 1. Set a $10 million goal, because $1 million is too small. You may have once believed that having $1 million in the bank was a dream come true. That might have been true for a past generation. Today's economic reality is much harsher. With inflation, medical costs, education, housing, and lifestyle expenses rising steadily, $1 million is no longer a ticket to freedom. It's merely a thin coat in a financial storm. Let's do the math. If you retire at age 50 and live another 30 years, $1 million averages out to just $33,000 per year, before taxes, and without considering economic downturns, accidents, or health issues. That's not wealth, that's survival. Life shouldn't be planned just to get by. You deserve more. To achieve that, you need to reset your financial standards today. $1 million is the old goal. $10 million is the new benchmark for protection, flexibility, and true freedom. It's not a pipe dream. It's a long-term target based on reality. Aiming for $10 million forces you to work differently, more seriously, creatively, and with discipline. You don't just earn, you build a financial base strong enough to live on your own terms. Big goals create big behavior. Those who aim for $1 million think short-term, cut spending, take on more jobs, save. Those aiming for $10 million think bigger, multiply income, invest, build assets, and cash flow. They know that cutting costs won't make them rich, only scaling will. They're not playing to survive, they're playing to win. The biggest difference lies in mindset. Average people work for money. Wealthy people build systems that make money work for them. Average people fear risk. Wealthy people learn to manage and use it. When your goals are bigger, you stop waiting for opportunity. You seek it out and unlock it. You stop thinking about the weekend, you start thinking about the legacy. The first thing you should do today: write $10 million and stick it somewhere you'll see daily. Each morning, remind yourself, you're not living just to get by, you're building a life of freedom. Every action you take, learning a new skill, skipping an unnecessary purchase, writing a business idea, is a step closer to that goal. You don't need perfection, just persistence. Step 2. Save 40%, the hardest but most rewarding challenge. After setting your big financial goal, the next step is building financial discipline. Few things reflect commitment like the ability to save. And the golden number? 40% of your income. Not 5%, not 10%. 40% is enough to make you reevaluate every spending habit, and strong enough to lay the foundation for growth and investment. It's a challenge few take, but it's the gateway to freedom. Suppose you earn $2,000 a month. That means saving $800 and living on the remaining $1,200. Want to go even faster? Try living on just $800 and save the rest. Sounds extreme? It is. But real wealth never comes easy. It comes through temporary sacrifice for long-term financial freedom. The more you retain, the faster you move ahead of the pack. Living on 60% of your income forces you to review your entire spending system. You'll begin asking, do I really need this? Will this expense bring me closer to my $10 million goal? This constant reflection trims away emotional purchases and turns you into a mindful consumer. You'll discover what truly matters and what's just social noise. You'll learn to say no and feel lighter for it. A key principle: save first, spend later. The moment you receive income, allocate 40% into a separate account. Don't give yourself the chance to reconsider. Once it's out of reach, you'll adjust to living on the rest. This simple system builds powerful discipline. Within months, you'll realize you're living better, not under money's control, but in control of your money. You don't save because you fear the future. You save to buy freedom of choice. Those who save 40% aren't scared of layoffs or economic shifts. They have capital, reserves, and options. They don't do what they don't want, they choose what aligns with their purpose. Saving doesn't just help you survive, it empowers you to live on your own terms. And if you can't save 40% now, no problem. Start with 10%, then grow it monthly. The number matters less than the mindset. Make a promise to yourself. No month passes without saving something for your future. Every unspent dollar becomes a building block of your financial fortress. Make saving a reflex, because that's the habit of the truly wealthy. Step 3. Store. Don't spend. Strategic poverty for lasting wealth. You started saving. Now it's time to learn how to store money the right way. Many people save a little, then blow it all. A vacation, a new phone, a reward dinner. The problem? That's not a reward. It's a trap. If you spend every time you manage to save a bit, you'll never accumulate capital for investment. True wealth doesn't come from momentary treats, but from smart, long-term, purpose-driven storage. Storage doesn't mean hoarding cash forever. It means you hold money temporarily, waiting for the right opportunity. Think of money as seeds. If you plant them in fertile ground, invest wisely, they'll multiply. But if you consume them out of emotion, you're eating the seeds instead of sowing them. Create clear funds. Investment fund, opportunity fund, income generating fund. When money has a label, it has a purpose. When it has purpose, it resists temptation. Live simply, even as your income grows. True wealth builders don't flaunt it, especially during asset building phases. They dress simply, live in modest homes, and invest more than they spend. Because they know, money spent is money lost, but money stored is fuel for leverage. You're not poor because you lack money. You're strategically poor. And this temporary poverty is a small price to pay for sustainable long-term wealth. Another smart tactic. Store your money where it's hard to spend. Lock it in term deposits. Move it to an account without ATM access, or place it in a separate bank. Make spending inconvenient. That inconvenience is your protection from emotional decisions. When you create space between your impulses and your money, you build an invisible but powerful financial defense system. Every time you feel tempted to spend, ask, will this bring me closer to $10 million? If the answer isn't clear, pause. You're facing a test, short-term comfort or long-term freedom. Successful people always choose the latter. They'd rather go without now than have too much without progress. Storage is a peak form of self-control. Once you master it, consumption loses its pull, and growth becomes your new addiction. Storing money isn't cowardice, it's preparation for attack. You're not avoiding the financial game, you're stepping back to launch forward. When an opportunity appears, you won't need to borrow or beg, you'll already be ready. And when you're liquid at the right time, you're the one who makes decisions, not the one being dictated to. That's why proper storage is the bridge between saving and smart investing. Step 4. Invest in cash-flowing assets. Drip is king. Once you've stored enough capital, it's time to put your money to work. The most effective way? Investing in assets that generate monthly, quarterly, or yearly cash, known as drip. These assets pay you consistently. They don't just maintain your lifestyle. They build your passive income base, which is a critical piece of true financial freedom. Drip can come from various sources. Rental properties, dividend-paying stocks, self-operating businesses, or intellectual property. These assets don't need to skyrocket in value to be useful. They just need to keep paying reliably. When you own 3 to 5 streams of drip, you reduce dependency on your job, build a safety net, and gain space to be selective. Drip turns you from an employee into a real investor. The biggest gap between lasting wealth and superficial wealth is cash flow. Real millionaires don't chase shiny assets to show off. They invest in assets that earn. Luxury cars, watches, and designer brands are liabilities. They generate no cash and often cost more to maintain. In contrast, properties, profitable businesses, and good dividend stock are the assets that build freedom. Here's a clear rule. If an asset doesn't produce cash flow, it's not a priority. You can invest in land, gold, or crypto, but those should be minority bets. Your main capital should go into what you understand, can manage, and what pays you monthly. Don't get swept into hot trends without income models. Remember, true wealth isn't about perceived value. It's about real, steady cash. You don't need to start with massive assets. A small rental unit, a quarterly dividend stock, or a side business with steady profits can be your foundation. As one cash stream starts, use it to build another. That's how your financial flywheel starts turning, faster and stronger with each rotation. Accumulate income-producing assets and use their drip to buy even more. That's the compound formula of wealth. Take time to study each investment model carefully. You don't need to become a financial expert, but you must understand where your money goes. Only invest in what you truly understand and can control. Cash flowing assets don't just increase income. They protect you in crises, give you control over life choices, and ultimately help you build a life that doesn't depend on a paycheck or clock. Step 5. Stay broke. No idle cash allowed. It sounds ironic, but truly wealthy people simulate being broke. They make sure their money is never idle. Every dollar has a job. Either reinvest, grow, or move closer to a financial target. They don't let cash sit or swell in their accounts just to look at. They know idle money loses value. Money must be working, circulating, and compounding, or it's wasting potential. Being broke doesn't mean being poor. It's a way to maintain financial urgency. Most people, once they save a bit, start living comfortably, upgrading cars, redecorating homes, spending for deserved rewards. That slows them down. Wealthy people keep the pressure on. They always feel like they're in building mode, not yet resting, not yet enjoying fully. Every time you earn more, ask yourself, what job will this money do for me? If there's no clear answer, don't spend it. Don't use money to impress, to compare, or to appease others. Let your money serve you by earning more money. That's real investment thinking. Wealthy people don't earn to spend. They earn to gain power. Power to say no, power to choose, and power to walk away. Think of money as an army. Every dollar must have a mission. If it's not fighting, bringing back resources, or expanding reach, it's weakening your system. Don't breed lazy soldiers. Assign your capital wisely. Real estate, stocks, skills, cash flow systems. You don't get rich because you save better. You get rich because you organize your money like a true strategist. Wealth is a strategy, not a coincidence. You don't have to win the lottery, be born rich, or own $1 billion company to become wealthy. It all begins with a clear strategy and a bold decision. I will not live average. The 5 steps you just read don't require genius, but they demand discipline, commitment, and consistency. Start with the basics. Raise your target, save fiercely, store smartly, invest in drip, and act like you're always broke, while secretly building unstoppable momentum. Stick to this long enough, and the results will follow. You won't just have money, you'll have freedom. The freedom to choose your work, your partners, your lifestyle. Freedom from paychecks, stress, and scarcity. And above all, freedom to become your strongest self. The path to wealth isn't for dreamers, it's for doers. And if you've made it this far, you're clearly one of them. Thank you for watching the whole video. Please like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos.